do.
Right, right.
You know, it wasn't no shame to my game.
Right.
You know. But, you know, we're going to jail all the time. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I got to see my kids grow up in pictures and all that type of stuff. You know, it really left a print on the inside. So,
Right.
you know, at times, I thought about giving myself to God many a time, but you know, it never just dawned. I wasn't through out here,
Right.
you know. But every time I came back to this same old lifestyle, you know, the same old, it kept getting the same results.
Right.
Until I was sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Right.
You know, I'm tired of going to jail. I'm tired of putting the people around me through the things that, you know, that I was putting them through. You know,
Right.
you know, I wasn't the only one was hurting behind what I was doing, my actions. You know what I'm saying? The things I was doing, I wasn't the only one was suffering behind. I had family members, mama, good daddy, you know, brothers and sisters that love me dearly.
Right.
You know, and I ain't gonna count my kids. You know, but all them suffer just behind what I was doing.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? But you know, after a while, you know, it came a time in my life that, like I said, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was tired of putting not only myself, but my family members through what they was going through. When I was out there in the street with the, you know, even paying bills and things like that, everything revolved around dope. I got to sell this dope. I got to do this just to get this money.
Right.
But when I gave myself to God, you know, and that was always a big thing to me. When I gave myself to God, you know, well, Lord, how I'm going to make it now? How I'm going to do it now?
Right.
You know, how I'm going to get these bills paid? How I'm going to keep doing this? But as I look back over my life, he always made a way.
You mentioned something here when you was in prison.
Uh-huh.
While you was in prison, the Lord was, give me some insight on when you was in prison. I mean, what it was like, you know, because you hear a lot of guys, you know, they go to prison and when they get out, they come back to the streets doing the same thing over and over again. But when you were in prison, it was a point where God was able to get your attention. Can you elaborate on that some for me?
Well, when I was locked down, like you said, was in prison, you know, I got a visit.
Right.
And, you know, seeing my family members leave, you know, it hurt me more than anything. You know, I wanted to go with them so bad.
Right.
You know, that was the worst part of my life, right? You know, that felt to me like it was next to dying.
Right.
You know, I could have just died, you know, at that point right there. And I knew I had to change. I knew I had to better myself. I feel for any man behind them bars. I mean, it ain't no place you want to go.
Right.
You know, people talk about it like it's like it ain't nothing, but somebody talking about prison ain't nothing. I mean, you must don't love nobody.
Right.
And don't nobody else.
You know what I'm saying? And so it struck my attention because to see you out here being productive, you know, and that may be something that you may want to tell that young person today. I want you to look into the camera and I want you to talk to them, you know. They may need some advice, you know, what to do. Somebody may be at their road's end right now. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what to do. They out here on the street corners and they're wondering, well, if I give this up, you know, I ain't going to have this and I ain't going to have that. You know, I ain't going to have no money to pay for this and pay for that. What can you tell them?
Well, when you said the part about you didn't know what to do, because see, when I first touched down, when I got out, I didn't know what to do.
Right.
I didn't know about how to go about my life. But see, it's one thing I could never leave out.
Well, all right.
It's one thing I could never leave out. In everything I did, I always put God first.
That's right.
Man, what a powerful testimony that was. Now, Ted, didn't you say in our notes section that this brother actually started his own business?
Started his own business, man. And that what really touched me is that here it is, you had a lot of people talking about jobs. You know what I'm saying? There's no jobs out there. But this brother, when God delivered him, starts his own restaurant. Ain't that something?
That's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? And what really caught my eye is that I rolled by one day and I saw him. And I was headed to my mother. He was out there barbecuing. and people just coming by getting plates, man.
Wow.
I said, man, what a testimony. And the Lord told me, he said, I want you to interview that young man.
So this brother took his business savvy
Right.
from the streets.
All right.
His business savvy that he was used to doing illegal activity.
Right.
And he took that, God turned it around. Let's say God
did it. That's right.
God
That's
did
right.
it.
Right.
Transformed his life.
Uh-huh.
And now he's taking that same talent,
Right.
those same God-given gifts,
That's right.
and now he's applying it in a positive
In
way.
a positive way. Ain't that something? It is, man.
I think that we need to do more of what you just
Right.
did. Going out, not just sitting here in these stuffy suits.
Right. That's right.
Going out and talking to some folks.
That's right. That's
What are some
right.
of your the ideas for the
Uh-huh.
show and hopes for the future of the show?
Like you said, taking it to the streets, talking to, different ones, getting their testimonies.
Okay.
So we can come back and, and put a light on it, shine a light on what they're doing also.